Anne-Marie Magulis. I work primarily at the East Shore Area Library as an information services assistant, and we do a lot of researching, as you can imagine. So we put together this program to help you learn how to research like a pro. And to get started, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so this is again researching like a pro using library databases, and today we're going to focus on the Gale databases. So what are Gale databases? Well, Gale is a Cengage company that produces a lot of educational and research resources and databases for libraries and schools. Gale databases provide content that is credible, it's timely, it's accurate. Some of the searches include scholarly and peer-reviewed content. Gale databases are safe to use. When you use them, you don't have to worry about pesky ads or clickbait showing up in your results. And at a time when there is so much false news out there, you can count on Gale databases. All the sources of the information is identifiable and reliable. Gale offers a broad collection of databases to meet the research needs of every age and ability. In this pictogram on the left-hand side of the arrow, you'll see databases such as Gale in Context Elementary, Middle School, and High School. And all their content is targeted toward those audiences, and it's accessible to all those audiences. For general reference, use General OneFile. Academic OneFile is geared toward college students, and it'll contain more of the peer-reviewed academic content. Adults will enjoy also Business Insight Essentials, Health and Wellness, books and authors. A very useful resource is the Power Search. The Gale Power Search allows you to search several of these databases all at once, so it can save you some time. Using databases is a great way to get your research pointed in the right direction. So hopefully now I sparked your interest in using Gale databases. So where do you find them? You can find them using Power Library. Power Library is the portal from Pennsylvania for all the resources that it provides to libraries across the state. Anybody in Pennsylvania has free access to Power Library. You can find Power Library by going to the Dauphin County Library System website and looking for the Power Library icon and clicking on it. You can also go directly to the Power Library website, and that's at https://powerlibrary.org. When you land on the homepage for Power Library, you'll see Find at the top, and right below that, it will say List All e-Resources. When you click on the library's website and click on the Power Library icons there, it's going to open automatically on that List All e-Resources page. So here's an example of our homepage. If you would scroll down from the homepage, it'll be over here along the right-hand side. You'll see a Power Library logo. If you're on a cell phone and you scroll down, it's going to be at the very bottom. You can also find the Power Library logo on the research page and on our school tools pages. To help you get started, Power Library provides lots of quick tutorials. On that e-resources page along the right-hand side, you'll see the quick tutorials button. When you click it, you'll get a full list of all the quick tutorials that Power Library offers. You'll also notice in your e-resources list that some of the resources has a quick tutorial button right next to its name and description, making it even easier to find its tutorial. Although not all the e-resources listed on the e-resources page has their quick tutorial button showing. In order to learn how to use the Gale databases a little bit more, let's start by exploring the Academic OneFile resource. Academic OneFile database is found at the very top of the Power Library e-resources page, so it's easy to find, and it provides content aimed at adults. Once you learn how to use the Academic OneFile database, you'll have a good idea of how most of the other Gale databases work. When you click on the Gale Academic OneFile icon, it'll open up on its landing page. And what you see in front of you is an example of the landing page. Take a moment to explore it. At the very top, you'll notice the search bar that's prominently featured. And then below that are some other options for different ways that you can use Gale Academic OneFile to search for information. And we're going to explore those a little bit more. So once again, you can use the Gale Academic OneFile search bar, the basic search, by just simply entering a search term there. You'll click enter or click on the magnifying glass icon to open the search results. You can also browse by one of the browse by discipline options shown. Each of the databases has a browse by discipline, or most of them do, and each selection of disciplines may be different depending on which database you're open. An academic OneFile, it chooses those that most academics need, such as biology and chemistry, history, and political science. You can use search terms like the topic finder, subject guide search, and publication search to refine your search. So starting with the basic search, again, just simply enter in your keyword search and enter it or click on the magnifying glass. When you do that, your results will display. Here you'll notice I'm showing results for academic journals. And I can also see results for magazines, from books, from news sources, and from videos for this particular search. I did a search for calcium supplements. What is currently being displayed are my academic journal results. You'll notice that that's underlined in red and bolded, and I have over 5,000 results. I can sort those results by relevance, and that's what it defaults to, or if I want to put them in order by most recent or least recent. Again, it's only showing the academic journals. If I want to see the magazine results, I click on the magazines, and then those results will display. To open any, and you'll just scroll down through the results to review them. To open any of them, just click on the title, it's in blue, and that result will open. Sometimes when you do a basic search like that, you get too many results to actually be able to go through them and find just the one you need. On one search that I did, I got over 360,000 academic journal results. That's a lot to go through. So in order to narrow down the results to ones that are usable, there are lots of ways to limit them. You can limit to documents with full text, peer-reviewed journals, and documents that contain image. You can select some or all of those limits to your search results. You can filter by publication date or subject, document type, or publication title. On the results page, you'll look to the right of your list of results to find your filters. So you'll see there for publication date, subjects, document type, search within, or publication title. You'll just click whichever one of those you want to use and then fill in what results that you want. For this particular search, I can also limit to full text documents, which it already is, or documents that contain images. If there are other options, they will show there. When you have a limiter selected above the results in blue, you'll notice what those limits are. Let's say you perform a search and you put all these limiters in it, and then you change your mind and no longer want to limit it. Just search for the little X in the blue box and close out that limit, and your search will return to what it was prior to that limitation being added to it. When I open a result, you'll get information about that article across the top. You'll see authors, the journal article or book that it was in, the document type, its length. Some of them will list lexile levels. And then below the line, you'll see the text of the article. And oftentimes highlighted will be your terms that you use in your keyword. Above the article in the right corner, you'll see your tools like Cite, Send to, Download, Print, Get Link, and Highlights. I can find out the citation formats for the various types of, whether it's APA, MLA, Chicago, the different citation formats. I can look those up right there. I can send this result directly to an email or to a Google OneDrive account or Google Classroom. I can download and print or save a file. I can print it. And then the Get Link, that's for a permalink, which creates a link that will allow me to get back to this search. That's useful because I can manipulate the search. And I'll show you some reasons why you might want to do that in just a moment. I can highlight and make notes on this particular search and save those notes. To highlight from your result, you'll take your cursor and highlight the text that you wish to have highlighted. Then right-click and a box will open with several choices of colors for your highlighting and a box to add notes. And then just click Save. When I click on the Cite from this upper toolbar, it'll show me what citation is currently defaulted, and that's the MLA 8th edition. And what that is, I can select it and then copy and paste it or export it to Noodle Tools, EasyBid, RefWorks, Google Drive, OneDrive, etc. If I scroll all the way down to the bottom of my article, I will also see the citation tools there as well. When I do that and select it, if I do that and select it before I download or send to or print it, then the citation format that I select will be what is printed on my download or my file that I send. So look for the citation tools at the bottom of the articles as well. So that's what a basic cert looks like. And let's take a little bit more time to do advanced searching. Advanced searching in Academic OneFile allows you to, before you even start your search, to select some of those limiters. To find the academic search, you'll look for the term academic search right below your search bar. So you'll click or tap Advanced Search, and then you'll enter your search terms, and you'll have more than one line to enter different search terms. And beside those search terms, you'll be able to choose which field from a drop-down menu that you want to search in. So you can search in keyword, you can search author. A very useful way of searching, especially if you're not getting many results, is to have it search the entire document instead of just the key places that it normally searches for a keyword or author search. You can use operators and or not between your search terms, and then there's drop downs to select those there. You can select limiters such as choosing full text, peer reviewed, add publication dates, types, or titles right there. I like to use advanced search when I have a very good idea of the exact type of information I'm looking for, because it'll help me get to it faster. Also, if I want to add very specific search limiters, such as lexile levels and publications or something like that, I can revise my search terms without having to add in all the search limiters over and over and over again. I can just revise the advanced search. This is a little better idea what the top of the advanced search screen looks like. Again, you put your terms in. If you do not change the field, it'll automatically do a keyword search. And if you do not change the operator, it automatically defaults to AND. Right below the search terms, you'll see search tips. So if you need search tips on how to use the and or not operators, proximity, nesting, quotation marks, or special characters, that's a quick way to find them there. When I scroll down further, I'll see the other limiters. And you can select all or none or just one of the limiters, whatever fits your search parameters. What if you're uncertain what keywords to do a search though? Then what can you try? Because sometimes it's hard to come up with the correct keyword to get started. You can try the Browse by Discipline option. If you'll remember, the Browse by Discipline option is on the landing page, and it's down below where the search bar is. It's in the gray. You'll see a range of topics. You'll just click on one of those topics, and then you'll get a list of subcategories to choose from. Here I checked or clicked on psychology, and then you'll see that I got topics like concept formation or dissociative disorders. If I want to look for any articles on those topics, I just click on them and browse the results. If you need help with selecting, organizing, or limiting what you search for, use the search tools. These include the topic finder, the subject guide search, and the publication search. Again, you'll find these at the bottom of your landing page, and they're a great way to start your search. The topic finder tool creates a graphic that organizes topic subsets, visualize search results by tiles or a wheel chart. Sometimes being able to visualize it helps you narrow your focus a little bit more easily. To perform a topic finder search, you'll click on topic finder, and then you'll get a search box. In the example here, I typed in information literacy. And then you'll get a chance to choose between tiles or wheel. On the left, tiles is chosen. On the right, the wheel is chosen. And that's how those two results compare. And then to open any of them, I just would click on whichever slice or tile that I want, and then Gale Academic One file will display those results within that category. The subject guide search tool categorizes results into various subdivisions. This can help you limit the results that you view to ones that are more closely fit your needs. Again, you'll find the subject guide tool at the very bottom of your landing page. When you click it, you'll do a search. Again, I did information literacy. And then one of the options I had was to click on subdivisions. And when I did that, I found all these topics. What's nice about this is it tells me how many results I have for each subcategory. And then to open them, you'll just click on whichever link that pertains to your needs and browse. The publication search allows me to search within a particular journal or newspaper. This is useful when, let's say, you did a search online and a result that printed, it shows you it was maybe in some other document cited it, and you want to see what that document is, but you don't have access to. And when you go to the website, it's subscription based. Well, you can search the publication with a publication search to see if Gale Academic One file or one of the other Gale databases has it. To do the search that it's showing here, in the search within the publication box, I typed in library journal. And if there's more than one option at this library journal, then you'll select which particular library journal you want. And then you can get all the information about that publication. Gale Academic One file has index coverage for library journal articles from January 1st, 1977 to current. It has full text coverage from 1997 to the current time. And then there's a drop down for the year. It shows the most recent currently, so I have 2021 listed, and then you can see there's June 1st, May 1st, and so on. And I just click on the particular journal to see the articles within that journal. It's also a great way to see all of the articles in the Gale database from a particular journal so it's a way to go back and look at old articles or old magazines or journals. Gale Academic 1.5, well, Gale in general has lots of accessibility tools this makes it even more available to our users and more useful. So whether you speak another language, are hearing impaired or deaf, are blind, have dyslexia, or just are visually impaired, there are tools to help you out. When you go to one of your results, the accessibility tool links are right above the text. And then you'll say, well, there's just symbols there. What do they all mean? When you hover over them in the actual database, you'll get a drop-down description of what that icon is used for. And we'll explore these in just a moment. So accessibility tools ensure that Gale databases can be used by anyone. You can translate into another language. That's the very first icon. And there are quite a few languages to choose from. You can enlarge or shrink the font size. As you can imagine, the A with the downward arrow shrinks it, and the A with the upward arrows enlarges it. The next icon has display option adjustments. You can use this icon to change the font, to change the color of the background. And something that I really like is that you can change the spacing between the letters, between the words, or the line spaces between the lines, making it a little bit more easy for some folks to read. Some of the fonts are designed specifically for those with dyslexia and are more accessible to those that suffer that condition. You can also listen to an article as it is being read aloud. And you can also download the audio to an MP3. So if somebody is blind, needs a recording of it, that's available through Gale. You can change the language of the interface as well. When you first open up Gale, look at the very top of your screen in the upper right-hand corner. You'll see that symbol again in the language that's currently being used. So just use the drop-down arrow and select the language to change it. So now that you know a little bit about the Gale database, what are some strategies that you can do to improve your search results? Again, you can use Boolean operators. In Gale, these are and, or not, and those are all in capital letters. When you use and, that narrows your search because it'll only return results that are of all the words joined by the word and they have to include both. When you use or, that expands your results because it's going to return results that uses one or both of the terms and not eliminates some results from showing. Proximity operators allow you to define the distance between search terms in your result, in your text, in the body of your work. So it can help you find results that are more useful. Using nesting or parentheses can define order of operations. Nesting isn't always required, but if you're using Boolean operators and you're using more than one, it can help define the order and make sure that you're getting exactly what you need. Use quotation marks for specific phrases, and this is one that I use a lot. It's handy when you're searching for specific names. It ensures that all search terms are searched for in the order exactly as they're typed. So if you're doing a search for global warming and you want only results showing global warming to show up and not any results that have global in the title or warming later in the text, it has to be global warming together. Wildcard characters include the asterisk, the question mark, and exclamation point. They take the place of some of the letters and can help you search for more than one related search term together, such as psychology and psychologist. It can allow you to, if you don't know the correct spelling, to include the asterisk within or the question mark to replace a letter so that you're more likely to get your results. You can click help for a full explanation of these search terms, and Gale explains how they're used in their search engine for this database. On any page, you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on the word help. It's right between about and dictionary. Oh, and by the way, that dictionary can be handy if you come across a term you don't know. You can just go down, click on dictionary, and look it up there. When you click on help, you'll get written out descriptions of how certain things work, or in this case, the search terms. And I search for search terms and scroll down until I found them. It'll explain how they're used and how you can make good use of them. So I'd like to summarize a little bit by encouraging to explore library databases and to go to Power Library and explore all that Gale has to offer. I'm going to try to show you a video here. If it doesn't load here, I'll have to exit this screen and share another.
Gale Academic OneFile provides thousands of quality academic journals and tools to help you dynamically hone a topic into a research question. Basic search is often a great place to start if you have a narrow research focus in mind. But if you're interested in a broad topic, you may want to use the advanced search to filter out articles that just mention your search terms. Try the subject option, which retrieves results tagged to provide more in-depth coverage of the topic. If you're not sure which subject terms to use, try the subject guide search. If you still have a large number of results, apply filters to begin focusing your research. You can also use topic finders to visualize key divisions and themes within your results and create a more specific, manageable, and unique focus for your research project. Continue revising your search as much as you like to construct a topic that's both interesting and targeted. When you're ready to start compiling and analyzing sources, be sure to cite and download, or send your sources to your Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive to organize and simplify your work.
Now, if there are any questions, you can unmute and we'll take questions. If not, then I'll do a couple demonstrations.
Hi, Anne-Marie, I have a question. And I'll start by saying thank you for the walkthrough with all that. That's really a great resource. Do you know how regularly they update the database with new publications?
It's fairly regularly because I was just looking at it today and there was already, it said it was updated yesterday. So there's new documents there daily.
Great, thank you.
If there's nothing further, then I'm going to go ahead and do a live demonstration so that you get a feel for navigating through our website and for doing an actual search. Let me try to share my screen again. So this is our web page. I went to www.dcls.org. And when you first open it, you'll see My Library, Books, Music, Music and More, Research and Resources. If you click on Researches and Resources, that is one page where you will find the Power Library icon. If I scroll down, you'll see the Power Library icon at the bottom along the right-hand side, and just click it. And again, it opens up on the e-resources page. And I'm going to click Academic OneFile. I can click the name or I can click the icon. It gives me a description here, so I know this is the right one I wanted by the description. And it opens up on the search page. And usually, most cases, most people will do a basic search first and simply entering a search term. So I'll repeat the search that I did in the presentation and type in calcium supplements. Why did I use that term? Well, when I was creating this presentation, that was one of the questions I got that day. So again, I have my academic journal results, magazines, books, news, and video. To scroll through, I can keep scrolling through. And when I get to the end of the page, I just go to the next page to view more. I'll scroll back up. And this time I want to click on magazines and look at those results. Calcium supplements reduce fracture risk. That seems like an interesting article. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's from Life Extension. It has a Luxile measure of 1550L. Let's say I want to send this to my email. So I click on send, and then I click on email, and then I just simply enter in the email address that I want to send it to. I can put who it's from, subject message. I can send it full text, a PDF, or a citation. And then I click send once I make my selections. If I click download, it downloads a copy, a PDF version. I click on that, and I will get the article. And that's exactly how it'll look like. It'll include photographs and pictures. I can download and save that or send it. If I want to get the permanent permalink, I click that and then select it, and then I can copy and paste it. So if I'm emailing somebody, I can just send them the permalink and they can open the article as you're seeing it on the screen right now. So if I wanted to make any accessibility changes, such as change the color of the background, use a different font, and have more line spacing, when I send create the permalink, it's going to send it as you're seeing it on the screen now. So that can be useful. If I want to go back to the default settings, I can just click that and go back to the default settings. If I want to change the language and translate it, I click translate the language. Let's do Dutch. And there you go. Go back to English so I can understand it. If I want to send an article when I'm doing, let's say I'm doing reference research for a member and I want to send them an article, or I want to share with a professor and I needed an APA edition, first scroll all the way down to the bottom, select it, and do that first. And now when you send to or download or print it, the citation format that's going to be shown or sent is going to be the one that you selected. If I want to do a topic finder, again doing calcium supplements, again titles was selected, so that's what's going to be shown. And then I click on, I want to know calcium in foods. I can further limit that by clicking on one of the studies. And then the results are going to print next to the on the right-hand side that I can scroll through. And then I can find that article there. Let's look at an advanced search. And if any of you have any questions, go ahead and unmute and go ahead and yell out those questions. So for the advanced search, so if I do information literacy, and this time, let's say I want to look in the document title for it. I want peer-reviewed journals. I want after (2018), first day, whatever date you want, and I want it in a specific type of article. So I don't want to not include any book reviews or award lists, or I can choose what type of article to look for. Abstracts. Critical essay, and so on. If I want to limit the lexile measurements, I can limit that. That's more useful when you're providing content for younger students. You can make sure that you pick a lower lexile level so that you know that they're going to be able to manage the content. And then do my search. Oh, I didn't get any results. That made it too narrow. I took out subject or journal type, and now it's searching all the types. And again, all my limitations are here. If I want to take any of those off, I just click it, and then it'll adjust the results that show. So I wanted to come back and just see if those demonstrations are useful, if there's anything in particular that you would want me to demonstrate. Any questions?
Me again. I couldn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't tell on the example you used, that first article that you pulled up about calcium. So what you pulled up and then you downloaded and showed how to email, was that the actual article, or was that just an abstract about the article, or was that the actual publication?
It was the actual publication. It was in full text.
Okay, so it is the full text of whatever comes up in the search.
Correct.
And is it ever something that is like paywall restricted, or any of the publications that they draw from restricted by subscription, or by virtue of it being in here, it's fully available?
Well, if you were to do, for an example, an academic search, and you uncheck mark the full text, then you will get abstracts in there that you won't have access to the full text. You'll have those results mixed in. And in those cases, no, you're not going to be able to tax those without having a subscription to that database. There's also a Gale database. It's Gale News. And when you select that and you search news, a lot of the newspapers that are included there, or news magazines, have embargo periods. So you may see, for an example, the Patriot News in there. Well, that might not be a good example because I think they keep those pretty up to date, but there are magazines in there, Wall Street Journal maybe, if that's one of the articles in there, that's the earliest article that you can see in full text is 30 days old or 90 days old. The more recent content is not made available until that embargo period passes.
Right. Okay, good, thank you.
We have a question. Is this a good resource for genealogy research? It may be if the newspaper that you want to search for, maybe an obituary, is one of the ones that's in the news database. Not all of them are, but you can see newspapers from across the country. Instead of a lot of our other, if you research on our databases, let me share the screen again. Now this is a database that's not related to Gale, but it is a library database, and it's called sorry about that. Let me get this open. And again, I'm just going to our website, dcls.org, clicking on Research and Resources, and then Research. When you're on this page, when you scroll down, you'll see Power Library along the right-hand side, and among the databases that are listed here, you can click either place. But there's one called newspapers.com by Ancestry. And when I search newspapers.com, this is an excellent one to look for genealogy resources, because it'll have the local obituaries from older papers. And again, the newspapers.com collection is only up through 1949. For more recent newspapers, you would have to use one of the other databases. And that one is the Patriot News. And here I can see newspapers dating back to the 1986 through today. So I can find the obituaries in those newspapers by just searching them. So that's indexed and searchable. Unfortunately, for the ones between 1949 and 1986, you have to come into the library here at the East Shore Area Library and search microfilm records. Those have not been digitized yet. Any other questions? Well, again, I hope this brief introduction to Gale Databases inspires you to explore them on your own, and to next time that you need to do a search for an article or a topic, that you'll think about the library databases before going to Google and give it a try and see what results you get. Again, if you forget how to do any of the things that I showed here, please just come on into the library. The staff at all the libraries will be glad to demonstrate. If you want some in-depth instruction, come over here to the East Shore Area Library, where Information Services staff would be glad to sit down and go through it with you. Again, there's lots of tutorials and videos out there, and plus the help, which writes it all out for you. So you should be able to get the help you need to really make good use of a library database, like all that Gale offers.